Okay, so dear students, so today topic is a pharmacology of anterior pituitary hormones. Okay, you have already studied in the B Farm first year regarding in the HAP subject, I think. So today we learn regarding the mechanism pharmacological action of the anterior pituitary hormones. So today in this lecture we can control that is cover the introduction, then classifications of pituitary hormones, then regulation and secretions of pituitary hormones and pharmacology of pituitary hormones. So first is the introduction to pituitary glands. So dear students, the pituitary gland is known as a master gland, already have know, because so every gland function is mainly depending upon the or regulated by the pituitary gland. For example, that is thyroid gland. So this thyroid gland, it can secrete the T3 and T4, and secretion of T3 T4 is mainly dependent upon the thyroid stimulating hormone. So this hormone enter into the thyroid gland, then only the thyroid gland or the follicular cells which are present in the thyroid glands, so they are involved in the synthesis of the T3 and T4, and this TSH, that is thyroid stimulating hormone, secreted from the pituitary gland. So due to this reason, the pituitary gland is known as a master gland. Master means it can control the functions of the all the glands, or the secretions of the all the glands. They are mainly depending upon the pituitary glands or the hormones, so that can secreted by pituitary gland. So according to that only, so these glands, so they are involved in the secretion and synthesis of the hormones. So another example regarding the adrenal gland. So already you know, so the adrenal gland के बारे में आपको मालूम है. Okay, so it is involved in the secretions of glucocorticoids. It is involved in the that is the regulation, inhibitions of the or control of the inflammations or many other functions, and as well as involved in the regulation of or synthesis of adrenaline. And adrenaline is involved in the, किसका भाई फोन अनम्यूट है उसको म्यूट करो प्लीज. जब बोलना है तब अनम्यूट करके बोलिए, तो आपका आवाज आ रहा. अनम्यूट करो. ओके बेटा, जब आपको मैं पूछा गया आप टाइम ले लो, अनम्यूट करके बता दो. ओके. ओके, सो एडेनल ग्लैंड. Adrenal gland, it can secrete the glucocorticoids and as well as the adrenaline. So adrenaline and glucocorticoids, so they are play important role in the regulations of blood pressure, and glucocorticoids, it's play important role in the glucose metabolisms. And adrenal gland functions, it is mainly depending upon the ACTH, and ACTH is secreted from the pituitary gland. So due to that, the pituitary gland, it can control the functions of the all the glands by secretions of the various hormones. So due to that, the pituitary gland is known as a master gland. Then regarding introduction, so pituitary glands is mainly present in the sella torica of the craniums, or inside the skull just below the hypothalamus. One hanging structure is there. So that structure is known as the master gland, या pituitary glands. Regarding the shape, it is a bean or pea shaped, and regarding diameter, it is about 0.5 inch or 1 to 1.5 centimeter. And regarding weight, it is around just 0.5 to 1 gram, but it can control all the physiological actions of the body with the help of the various glands. So due to that reason also, the pituitary gland is known as a master glands. So dear students, the pituitary glands mainly receives the message from the RAS, that is reticular activating system. Okay, the pituitary gland, it can collect the message or information from the reticular activating system, and this reticular activating system involved in the regulations of the arousal, that is alertness. So during the arousal, our blood pressure is required more or the circulation is required more, so that can regulated by the pituitary gland by collecting the information from the RAS system. The RAS, that is the reticular activating system. Or RAS alag hai. So that RAS is the renin angiotensin aldosterone system, and this RAS is a reticular activating system present in the CNS. Its major function is it is involved in the to maintain the awakefulness or alert or arousal of the our CNS or mind. And the pituitary gland is also collect the message from the thalamus, and thalamus is a relay station. It is involved in the transmission of the message or information from one part of the brain to the another part of the brain. So according it is acts as a mobile tower. It is helpful for the interconnecting of the various neuron in the different parts of the brain. So on that time also the brain is required the nutrition or certain substances, so that can fulfilled by the pituitary gland by adjusting the blood pressure or many other things by gathering the information from the thalamus. Then pituitary gland is also collect the message from the limbic system, then as well as the cerebral cortex and internal organ of the retina. So limbic system, आपको मालूम है limbic system? Hello? So anyone know the regarding limbic system? So this limbic system is mainly involved in the regulations of the locomotion, whatever walking, running, or standing positions, what are the movements of the body are there, so those can regulated by the limbic system. And due to locomotions, the leg or the organ which part is involved in the locomotion, so that part is required the more and more and more nutrition and as well as the blood which can contain rich of oxygen. See the pituitary gland, it can adjust the blood pressure with the help of the adrenal gland by secreting the ACTS by gathering the information from the limbic system. So in limbic system send information to the pituitary gland. So person is involved in the running or in the rest or in the walking. So that message reaches to the pituitary gland. Then the pituitary gland secrete the ACTH. Then ACTH enter into the adrenal gland. Then the adrenal gland involved in the secretions of the glucocorticoids and as well as secretions of the adrenaline. So adrenaline, it is involved in the to enhance the blood pressure, and glucocorticoids involved in the carbohydrate metabolism. They can support the skeletal muscle, so those are involved in the locomotion. So like that, pituitary gland receives the message from the limbic system and involved in the regulations of the locomotions or support to the skeletal muscle. And regarding the cerebral cortex, so this cerebral cortex, it is mainly involved in the cognitive functions, are also known as the locomotor function, that is regarding learning skill, writing skill, speaking skill, memory, recalling power of the memory, working process of the memory, or calculation, then mathematics skill or language skill. So all those skills, so those are regulated by the cerebral cortex. Then according to that, it is needed some changes in the organs. So those organs, so those are involved in the locomotor skill. So that message is also gathered by the pituitary gland from the cerebral cortex. According to the function, it can adjust the blood pressure. According to function, it can supply the nutrition. For example, so when I want to see something, so on that time, our eye is required the more and more nutrition and more blood to perform the functions of the visions. So on that time, it can detect by the cerebral cortex, it can integrate what changes can occurs in the retina or what changes occurs in the eye. So according that message is sent to the pituitary gland. Once again, with the help of the ACTH, the pituitary gland, it can adjust the blood circulation in the various part of the retina and eye. And as well as the pituitary gland, it can receive the message from the internal organs. So then according to that, what organs are required? So according to that, it can supply the certain hormones by a pituitary. So due to this reason, it can receive the message from the RAS, thalamus, limbic system, cerebral cortex, as well as the internal organ and retina. So it is involved in the regulations of the various physiological functions of the body. So due to this reason, also the pituitary gland is known as a master gland. Okay, okay, are you I am audible? Anyone? So, so now your concept was clear. आपका concept clear हुआ? ओके कुछ प्रॉब्लम है यहाँ पे कि पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड क्यों मास्टर ग्लैंड बोला जाता है? ओके बिकॉज जो भी आर्गन का फंक्शंस रेगुलेट करता ब्रेन, सो दैट आर्गन it can regulate the function by sending message to the pituitary gland. So pituitary gland आर्ग इस पार्ट से मैसेज को रिसीव करता, रिसीव करके कौन सा हार्मोन सिंथेसाइज करना चाहिए, so according to that only that hormones can be synthesized. For example, the organs are involved in the development, organ development में involved है, so on that time organ is required the proteins, वो टाइम को आर्गन को प्रोटीन चाहिए. सो दैट प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस कैन बी स्टिमुलेटेड बाय ओनली three hormones, in the female estrogen and progesterone, and in the male testosterone. So those secretion is secreted by the pituitary gland with the help of the FSH and LSS. उस टाइम पे pituitary gland उस आर्गन से मैसेज लेता है इसको क्या चाहिए. So then it can involve a pituitary gland secretes the LSS and FSS. Then those LSH, FSH, so they are enter into the ovary as well as the testes. Then were they involved in synthesis of the testosterone in the male, and in the female they are involved in synthesis of the estrogen progesterone and these hormones. So those are involved in the synthesis of the protein. So that protein is helpful for the development of the and growth of the organ. So like that, the pituitary gland, by receiving the message from the different parts of the organ and different parts of the brain, it is involved in the regulations of the various physiological functions of the body. So that's why the pituitary gland is known as the master gland. It is one of the most important gland in the our body. So next we can study regarding the classifications of pituitary gland or classifications of the hormones. The pituitary glands are mainly classified into three types, that is anterior lobe, posterior lobe and pars intermedia. So anterior lobe is also known as a anterior pituitary gland because it is present in the anterior part or front part of the pituitary gland. So due to that it is known as the anterior pituitary gland. Then what are the hormones? So those are secreted from the anterior pituitary gland. So those hormones are known as the anterior pituitary hormones. And anterior pituitary gland also known as the adenohypophysis because the hypothalamus, it can regulate the secretions of the hormones from the pituitary gland by involving in the secretions of the releasing factor. Certain releasing factors are there, so they are synthesized in the hypothalamus and hypothalamus releases to the enter pituitary gland. So due to presence of these releasing hormones, so due to release of these hormones from the hypothalamus to the enter pituitary gland, so then only enter pituitary glands is involved in the synthesis of the various hormones. So that's why the hypothalamus is known as the master of the master. hypothalamus को master का master बोला जाता है because The anterior pituitary gland or posterior pituitary glands, their secretion is mainly depending upon the hypothalamus. So without hypothalamus, so these glands do not involved in the secretions of the hormones or synthesis of the hormones. So due to that, only the hypothesis is known as the master of the master, and pituitary anterior pituitary gland is also known as the adenohypophysis due to its secretion is depending upon the hypothalamus secretion. And what are the hormones? So those are secreted from the hypothalamus, and those hormones are known as the hypothalamic hormone. Generally it is denoted as the GnRH. For example, अगर growth hormone secretion होना है, that is growth hormone releasing factor. So they are releasing hormone, so that can release from the hypothalamus, enter into your anterior lobe, then where the growth hormones can be secreted. So like that, the anterior lobe, it will be having the 5 type of cells, that is somatotropes, thyrotropes, gonadotropes, and lactotropes, and corticotropes. So these are the 5 types of cells which are present in the anterior pituitary gland or anterior lobe. And these cells, so they are uniquely synthesize the particular type of the hormones. For example, somatotropes, it can reduce the hormone, that is GnRH, from the hypothalamus, that is growth hormone releasing factor or growth hormone releasing hormone from the hypothalamus. So this hormone reaches to the thyroid, that is somatotropes, then the somatotropes involved in the synthesis of the growth hormone and releases the growth hormone. And second type of cell is known as the thyrotropes. So this thyrotrope, it can reduce the hormones from the hypothalamus regarding thyroid stimulating releasing factor from the hypothalamus. Then that factor is reaches to the thyrotropes, that is those are special type of cells present in the anterior lobe. Then the thyrotropes, so those are involved in the synthesis of the thyrotropin or TSS, that is thyroid stimulating hormone. So like that, the third cell, that is the gonadotropes, so those are receives the hormone from the hypothalamus, so that is known as the gonadotrope releasing hormone or gonadotrope releasing factor. So that factor reaches to the gonadotrope cells, then only the gonadotropes, so those are involved in the synthesis of the follicle stimulating hormone, that is FSH, and luteinizing hormone, that is LSS. So these FSH LSS further enter into the ovaries and testes, then where, so they are involved in the or enhance the secretions of the testosterone, then estrogen, and as well as the progesterone. And fourth kind of cells, so that is known as the lactotropes. So lactotropes is also receives the hormone from the hypothalamus regarding prolactin releasing hormone or prolactin releasing factor. So that factor reaches to the anterior lobe. In the anterior lobe, that can reaches to the that is lactotropes. Then only the lactotropes involved in the synthesis of the prolactin and release of the prolactins. Then last cell, those are present anterior lobe, those are known as the corticotropes. So corticotropes are also one type of the cells are present in the anterior lobe. So those also receives the hormone from the hypothalamus regarding corticotrope releasing hormone or corticotrope releasing factors. So that factor is reaches to the corticotrope cells. Then only the corticotrope cells, though, are involved in the synthesis of the ACTH or corticotropin or adenocorticotropic hormone. Then this ACTH enter into the blood. From the blood, it can enter into the adrenal gland, and from the adrenal gland, it is involved in the synthesis of the aldosterone, cortisol, hydrocortisone, or many other hormones. So like that, so these special type of cells, those are present in the anterior lobe, so those are involved in the synthesis of the various type of the anterior pituitary hormones. And these cells, their secretion is mainly depending upon the, that is hypothalamic hormone or hypothalamic releasing factor. Those are secreted from the hypothalamus. So that's why the hypothalamus, once again, it is known as a master of the मास्टर, उसको मास्टर का मास्टर बोला जाता है. And whatever the hormones, so they are released from the hypothalamus, and those hormones are known as the hypothalamic hormones. So they are denoted as the GnRH. Regarding growth hormone releasing hormone, अगर TSH है थायराइड स्टिमुलेटिंग रिलीजिंग हार्मोन, अगर वही ACTH है कॉर्टिकोट्रोपिक रिलीजिंग हार्मोन, या कभी कभी उसे रिलीजिंग फैक्टर भी बोला जाता है. Okay, so in some year back, some question is asked in the GPAT. So what is the reason? The not reason. So anterior pituitary gland is also known as a adenohypophysis or neurohypophysis, or other two names are there. So on that time the answer is the adenohypophysis. A question already finished हुआ है in the GPAT. In the next time they will be asked like that. So growth hormone, that is the anterior pituitary hormone, is a growth hormone. It is secreted from the following cell. ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछ सकता है जीपैट में. द ग्रोथ हार्मोन, द एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी हार्मोन इज द ग्रोथ हार्मोन. इट इज सीक्रेटेड फ्रॉम द फॉलोइंग सेल्स. वहां पे सेल आपको दिया जाता है सोमैटोट्रोप्स, थायरोट्रोप्स, गोनेडोट्रोप्स एंड लैक्टोट्रोप्स. यू कैन चूज द करेक्ट आंसर, दैट इज द सोमैटोट्रोप्स. सो दैट्स व्हाई यू रिमेंबर द नेम, बिकॉज थायरोट्रोप्स थायराइड है, गोनेडोट्रोप्स गोनेडल हार्मोन है FSH LSH, लैक्टोट्रोप्स प्रोलैक्टिन है, corticotrope ACTH है, रहेगा somatotropes, that is growth hormone. So like that you can remember these clues to crack the GPAT. Then second classifications of pituitary gland is known as the posterior lobe or posterior pituitary gland. So whatever the hormones, so those are secreted from the posterior lobe, so those are known as the posterior pituitary hormones or neurophysis, because the posterior pituitary lobe, they do not involved in the synthesis of these hormones. So these hormones, they are came from the hypothalamus, and only they are secreted from the posterior lobe, but they do not synthesize in the posterior lobe like a anterior lobe. जैसा एंटर लूप में हार्मोन सीक्रेशन भी होता और सिंथेसिस भी होता, वैसा यहाँ पे पोस्टर लूप में नहीं होता. Because the hypothalamus, they will be having the nucleus, and these nucleus, so they are involved in the synthesis of the oxytocin ADH, and these nucleus axon or terminals, so those are present in the posterior loop. So whenever these hormones are required for the body to control the normal physiological function, so on that time the hypothalamus, it is involved in synthesis of the oxytocin and antidiuretic hormone in the nucleus. So those nucleus which are present in the hypothalamus, then directly with the help of the axon, they are released in the posterior loop. From the posterior loop, so those are released in the blood circulation. So due to this reason, the posterior lobe is also known as the neurophysis gland, because so these hormones do not synthesize in the posterior lobe, only they are released from the posterior lobe, and these hormones are synthesized from the hypothalamus. So due to that reason, the posterior lobe is known as the neurophysis gland or neurophysis. It is another name of the posterior pituitary gland or posterior lobe. So the posterior lobe, it can secrete the mainly two hormones regarding oxytocin, then as well as the antidiuretic hormones. It is also known as a ADH and vasopressin. Then third part of the pituitary gland, that is known as the pars intermedia. So this pars intermedia, it is present between the anterior pituitary lobe and posterior pituitary lobe. So that part of the pituitary gland is known as the pars intermedia. So this pars intermedia, it can secrete the hormone. So that hormone is known as the melanocyte stimulating hormone, and this hormone involved in the or enter into the pineal gland, so where it can involved in the synthesis of the melatonin, and melatonin, it is involved in the regulations of the biological clock, and biological clock is required for the regulate the various functions of the our body. So like that, directly indirectly, the pituitary gland is also involved in the regulations of the circadian rhythm or circadian cycle or biological clock or biological cycle by secretions of the melanocyte stimulating hormone, that is the MSH. With this MSH enter into the pineal gland and it can stimulate the pineal cells. Then the pineal cells are involved in the synthesis of the melatonin, and this melatonin is reaches to the hypothalamus where it can regulate the circadian rhythm or biological clock. That biological clock, it can regulate the normal our body function time to time. So already we are discussing the last class. Okay, so these are the different types of the posterior pituitary gland along with the their hormones. Okay, so have any doubt, anyone? So I am audible, क्लियर है आपका कॉन्सेप्ट? ओके, याद रखो इस पे क्वेश्चन बहुत आता जीपैट में, क्योंकि ये भी क्वेश्चन आया था. सो पोस्टर लोब इज आल्सो नोन एज ए, एमसीक्यू में आया था, न्यूरोफेसिस, एडिनोफेसिस और मेनी अदर नेम्स दे आर गिविंग. और एक दो नाम देते लॉजिकली, दैट नेम इज द न्यूरोफेसिस ग्लैंड और न्यूरोफेसिस, क्योंकि जो भी इसके जो हार्मोन्स है यहाँ पे सिंथेसिस नहीं होता, ओनली स्टोर होता और ओनली सीक्रेट होता जब बॉडी को चाहिए, रिगार्डिंग ऑक्सीटोसिन एंड एडीएच. लेकिन उनका मेन सिंथेसिस होता है क्योंकि उसका जो न्यूक्लियस रहता है, सो दोज न्यूक्लियस आर प्रेजेंट इन द हाइपोथैलेमस, और हाइपोथैलेमस उसको सिंथेसिस करता और रिलीज करता, स्टोर करता पोस्टर पिट्यूटरी लोब में, जब बॉडी को चाहिए तब भी वो रिलीज होते. सो ड्यू टू दैट रीजन इट इज नोन एज द न्यूरोफेसिस. अगर वही एंटर लोब को हम बोलते हैं एडिनो हाइपोफेसिस, बिकॉज its secretion is mainly depending upon the hypothalamic hormone or whatever hormone, so those are released from the hypothalamus. जो hypothalamus जो हार्मोन रिलीज होता तब भी ये लोग सिक्रेशन में इन्वॉल्व रहते, सिंथेसिस एज वेल एज द सिक्रेशन. सो दैट्स व्हाई anterior lobe is known as the adenohypophysis gland or adenohypophysis. और ये दोनों का बीच में है स्मॉल एरिया, सो दैट एरिया इज नोन एज द पार्स इंटरमीडिया, और वो सिक्रेट करता MSH. So that MS is required for the synthesis of the melatonins. So now we learn regarding the how the hormones are secreted from the pituitary glands or regulations of the pituitary hormones. Okay, so the pituitary glands, it mainly divided into three parts. That is, the front part is known as the anterior lobe, then back part is known as the posterior lobe. Between anterior and posterior one line is there, so that part is known as the intermediate. Posterior lobe, it can secrete the posterior hormone, then anterior lobe, it can secrete the anterior hormone, and intermediate is involved in the secretions of the melanocyte stimulating hormones. And here the hypothalamus, it can control the secretions of the all the hormones by two mechanisms. The first mechanism, indirect control through release of the regulatory hormone like GnRH. It means hypothalamus in the anterior pituitary lobe, it can secrete the certain hormones. So that hormones is responsible for the synthesis and secretions of the hormones from the anterior pituitary gland. So that phenomena or that mechanism is known as the indirect control through the release of the regulatory hormone by hypothalamus to the anterior pituitary lobe. Then second, and as well as the same mechanism is applicable to the intermedia. For intermedia, it can releases the melanocyte releasing hormone. That hormone reaches to the intermedia. Then intermedia involved in the secretions of the MSH. And second mechanism, that is the direct release of hormone, because the nucleus are present in the hypothalamus, they synthesize, and whenever the body is required regarding the ADH and the oxytocin, so that time it can directly releases the hormone into our circulation via posterior pituitary lobe or posterior pituitary gland. So these are the two mechanisms, so they are involved in the secretions of the hormones from the pituitary gland or hypothalamus. It can initiate the secretions of the hormones from the anterior lobe, intermedia, posterior lobe by one of the following mechanism. So now we can learn one by one. First we can learn regarding the how the indirect control through release of regulatory hormone by a hypothalamus. So these are releasing hormones. So those are released from the hypothalamus and enter into the our anterior loop. Then they reaches to the specific type of cells. So those are present in the anterior pituitary lobes regarding somatotropes, thyrotropes, gonadotropes, then lactotropes, and as well as the corticotropes. Then the respective cells by gathering the releasing factor from the hypothalamus. So those are involved in the synthesis of the specific type of the hormones like that. So that is the hormone releases to the somatotropes regarding growth hormone releasing factor. Then somatotropes utilize that hormone, that is growth hormone releasing factor, and involved in the synthesis of the growth hormone. Then second, then thyrotropes releasing factor reaches to the thyrotropes. Then the thyrotrope cells, they are involved in the synthesis and secretions of the thyroid stimulating hormone. Then regarding corticotrope releasing factor reaches to the corticotrope cells. Then corticotrope cells are involved in synthesis of the and release of the ACTH. Then ACTH is entered to the adrenal gland. Then only adrenal gland involved in the secretion of the adrenaline, glucocorticoids, and mineralocorticoids or many other hormones. The next releasing factor regarding lactotropes releasing factor reaches to the lactotropes. Then the lactotropes, so those are involved in the synthesis of the prolactin. Then regarding gonadotropes, so they can gather the hormone from the hypothalamus regarding gonadotropes releasing factor or gonadotrope releasing hormone. So that reaches to the gonadotropes. Then only the gonadotropes are involved in the secretion and synthesis of the follicle stimulating hormone and as well as the luteinizing hormones or LH. Then regarding the direct release of hormone, so here the nucleus, so those are present in the hypothalamus. So they receive the information from the sensory neuron. So that information or stimuli is known as the sensory stimuli, and as well as same nucleus they are receive the stimulation or impulses from the chemoreceptor, and those are known as the chemoreceptor stimulation. So when the nucleus of the hypothalamus, they got the information from the sensory neuron or from the chemoreceptor, so those are involved in the synthesis of the ADH and the synthesis and secretions of the oxytocins, so like that. So sensory stimuli, so they can got the information from the sensory neuron. Then so they involved in the synthesis of the oxytocin in the nucleus itself, so those are present in the hypothalamus. Then that oxytocin, it can reaches to the end of the nucleus. So that end of the nucleus or terminals of the neuron present in the posterior lobe, then that terminals are synaptic bulbs, so those are releases the oxytocin to the our circulation. So that release oxytocin enter in the uterine muscle, it can initiate the contraction and enter in the mammary gland, it can play important role in the preparation and ejaculation of the milk, and the male is also it is involved in the contractions of the smooth muscles. And regarding the nucleus of the hypothalamus, so they also receive the message from the chemoreceptor. So those are known as the chemoreceptor stimulation, and chemoreceptor function is, so they can detect the whatever the chemical changes so that can occurs in the body. Okay, now occurs in the blood. So that changes can detect and read and convert into message. So that message can send to the your brain. So here regarding the deficiency of water or decrease the water level in the blood or electrolyte, so that can detect by the chemoreceptor, send information to the hypothalamus. So whatever the neuron, so those are present in the hypothalamus, so they integrate that message, उस message को integrate करता कि क्या हुआ है. So according to that, that message can be integrated कि water का level कम हुआ. Then they are involved in the synthesis of the ADH or synthesis of the vasopressin. So that synthesis occurs in the nucleus of the hypothalamus. Then synthesized ADH, it can reaches to the our posterior part of the pituitary gland. From here the ADH it can release to our circulation. So like that, the direct release of hormone mechanism is regulated by the hypothalamus for secretion of the ADH and oxytocin. So like intermedia, it can got the message or hormones from the hypothalamus, then it is involved in the synthesis of the MSH. Okay, so now any doubt? Anything doubt? यहाँ पे कुछ डाउट है? Anyone hearing my sound? हाँ, आपका क्लियर है बेटा? दो मैकेनिज्म है, एक इनडायरेक्ट हार्मोन रिलीज करता और दूसरा है डायरेक्ट. अब यहाँ पे भी एक क्वेश्चन पूछ सकता है. ओके, हाइपोथैलेमस कैन सिक्रेट द GH दैट इज ग्रोथ हार्मोन बाय फॉलोइंग मैकेनिज्म. उसमें क्वेश्चन आया था इनडायरेक्ट कंट्रोल थ्रू रिलीजिंग ऑफ रेगुलेटरी हार्मोन्स, और सेकंड को ऑप्शन था डायरेक्ट रिलीज ऑफ हार्मोन, और थर्ड ऑप्शन था डायरेक्ट एक्ट ऑन द ऑर्गन्स. ओके, डायरेक्टली कंट्रोल विदाउट नीड ऑफ द पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड, वो भी कंट्रोल करता है. फॉर एग्जांपल इज दैट इज द एड्रेनल ग्लैंड का फंक्शन को हाइपोथैलेमस डायरेक्टली कंट्रोल करता है विदाउट ACTH. देन इट कैन एनहांस द सिक्रेशंस ऑफ द adrenaline, noradrenaline, like that. So that phenomena of hypothalamus is known as the direct control of the hormones. और fourth option रहता none of the above or all of the above. You should be choose the correct answer. Simple, you can remember only ADH, oxytocin of pituitary hormone, they follow the direct release hormone phenomena, and remaining whatever the pituitary hormones are there, they can follow the indirect control through releasing regulatory hormone, like release of the GnRH. GnRH जनरल फार्मूला है, जो हार्मोन रिलीज होना है उसका नाम लेना. अगर ग्रोथ हार्मोन है, ग्रोथ हार्मोन रिलीजिंग हार्मोन. अगर वही THS है, थायरोट्रोप रिलीजिंग हार्मोन या थायराइड स्टिमुलेटिंग रिलीजिंग हार्मोन. अगर वही ACTH है, कॉर्टिकोट्रोप रिलीजिंग हार्मोन. अगर वही प्रोलैक्टिन है, लैक्टोट्रोप रिलीजिंग हार्मोन या प्रोलैक्टिन रिलीजिंग हार्मोन. अगर वही गोनेडोट्रोप से, गोनेडोट्रोप रिलीजिंग हार्मोन, that is also denoted as the GnRH. Okay, so these are two phenomena, so they are helpful for the secretion and release of the hormones. Okay,